which is Lemma, from one of the better studio names, just because I get the reference. This is first-person parkour, but another like voxel-style world. Much more textured, but still voxel style. This might be more Minecraft kind of thing. When they say voxel-style world, that might be more like what they mean. Also, I have to perform first-time setup. I maybe should have loaded this game up once to avoid this. There we go. Opt out of anonymous crash reports and analytics. I'm going to opt out. If you want information, watch the video. Was very require advanced tech. Let's back out of that. Jump. Controller? Want me to controller? I'm not going to controller a first-person game. Not unless I have to. He's a friend from Berkeley. Last week he hit a breakthrough and disappeared. He calls it Lemma. Okay, I can keyboard, but how do I jump? Alright, I'll use a controller. In 24 hours, Lemma has stabilized. Not ready to let Joan in yet. I'm afraid she'll get hurt. There's jump. Oh yeah, this is more like Minecraft size. How big the blocks are. There's a jump. There's a climb over. There's parts of the level just phasing in. I always have mixed feelings about that, just because if you're trying to describe where the player can and can't go, like that's a little tricky. Also, the world is voxel style, but we're not. Interesting. Trying to get a sense of our jump capabilities. Go. So far as like, it feels a little stiff for being parkour. We kind of gravitate towards a ledge. Also, I guess you're just collecting orbs. Wonder if there's fall damage. Yes. There is. Okay, well, looks like that's the end. I kind of want to go back and see if I can collect all the orbs. Or if I have to start the level over again. Oh no. Make it through there. How do I get over there, though? The Jurassic Park vibes. I don't know, I'm like... I don't want to say mixed, but kind of like... barely. Kind of indifferent to... like being able to see the character when you look down. Like, it's nice. But it's not the end of the world if it doesn't do that. And I feel like it depends on how immersive the game is trying to be. This one, like, once you have... wouldn't let me grab. Once you have, like, the arms pumping and the ledge grabs and whatnot, then I feel like you should be able to see the entire character to grant it some, like some internal consistency. Want to go down and get that orb now? Yeah, this is gonna take us a ways away. I feel like when I climbed up here, I saw another orb high up. Health meter is a heart tattoo on your chest. They did that in Trespasser? That's kind of funny. Okay. I was mistaken. I mean, I'm all for having a diagenic, like a diagenic health display. Like trying to make everything immersive and in-world. But yeah, that one sounds awkward. Sounds a tad weird. Oh, these were notes. I did it. It's beautiful. A non-deterministic universe with an unpredictable outcome. I have a limited but growing degree of control. Practice will yield better results. Certain elements exhibit intelligent behavior. My dude, what you doing? Those Berkeley kids, am I right? You're a floating torso with a single arm. That, I believe in Half-Life, the same applies. Like, some games will just do that. You don't have a character model because you don't have to render it. Also, matter is a wave, apparently. According to that note. I'm trying to find orb. And I'm also trying to figure out what's forward. You know? And I think that's forward. This leads us to another note. Second week on the polyphasic sleep routine. Still exhausted, but adjusting to short naps. Okay. Definitely sounded like a Berkeley kid. Just like, what if matter was wave? Let's try random weird sleep experiments. I know that one in particular is not super weird and whatnot, but still, has that tone. Yeah, we'll say, like, for this being a parkour game, not a huge sense of speed. But that was the thing we did. Yo, and I hope you get this in time. Do not come here, please trust me. No service. No cell service in this alternate dimension. Verizon, what you doing? Okay. Kind of impressive that she can just wall jump. Like, pretty easily. You're asking whether it's possible to consciously alter dreams in your sleep? Of course you can do that. It's called lucid dreaming. Is this just a lucid dream? Why to use signal tower? Reply if you get this, or where are you? We have branching dialogue in a parkour game. Okay. Here, aren't you? Couldn't help myself. Yeah, why wouldn't I be? Was that white material? It changed when I touched it? Go with that. Transmits power, sort of. There's a tesseract up ahead. One way to get you back home, but you have to take it. Where's the last orb, though? Is it down there? Or is that where I'm supposed to head? Nope, that's the last orb. It's orb time. I don't know that I can make this one. That worked. Better than I thought it would, honestly. Okay. I can't really, like, maintain speed here, so it's all, like, a little slow. Nothing secret back here. I definitely can't get over there. So, into the door. Five unread notes, 5 orb. All right. Thank you for generating a path. No notes, no orbs. I'm gonna like keep looking behind me. Easy. Starts with light. Quantum physics tells us that, paradoxically, a single photon can take two different paths at the same time. Okay. I'm gonna do this again. Pretty smooth. Where am I now? Still in Lemma. That's right, just took you to a different terrain. Fuck are you on about? Self-contained my... Those Berkeley kids. Text me when you get stuck. Okay. Orb. Okay, that was a door. That was not a hint of where to go. It was a door. Just slow motion. I'll be honest, I don't know that I have a lot of need for that. Also, why was it not doing that earlier? Did it just... Oh! The fact that it, like, does the tumble with the camera and everything, slightly disorienting. I don't remember how Mirror's Edge does it. I think they just kind of roll ya. Like the camera stays kind of steady. Light and matter are essentially the same. So you say, Mr. Berkeley kid. Okay. That seems like a yikes. It didn't destroy itself. Also, the rumble has started on my controller. It has stopped. Oh, you are straight up destroying the world. Okay. I'm not going to get that orb. That orb is not happening. That orb might happen. That orb, no. Wait. Can we get to it from here? Is that how we're supposed to do it? The timing on that roll, by the way, very intuitive. Nope. And you don't get to cancel all fall damage. Oh yeah, that seems doable. Orb. So let's see. This one seems a little wild. Maybe not. No. No, once we activate this, nope. Once we activate that, though, I think it'll put us in like kind of the right position. But we gotta go a ways to activate it. It seems. Almost fell off. Yeah, it's gotta be like under here. Or just this. Roll through certain materials. Okay. Not like phase through it, but smashy smashy. More notes. It's just kind of going along, doing its thing. Climb up. Story time. But first. Too low. I have to imagine this is how you do it, though. and then we were too high. So I mean, obviously this is taking a lot from Mirror's Edge. And kind of how it handles movement and whatnot. There we go. Orb. I would say it doesn't feel like it's as free-flowing. That's perhaps intentional. Tesseract should be open now. Normal people who didn't go to Berkeley call those doors. That was a door. 1 note, 2 orbs. There. You read your note? Now give me my orbs. Oh! Don't walk on that. I guess. Don't so much as step on it, I guess. There we go. We've purified it. We've cleaned it. Boom. Now, if you really want to sound snooty, use the word egress. That's how you do it. It was a whole story. It might be apocryphal. It might be just BS. Like, P.T. Barnum would, if his stuff got too crowded, he would put up a bunch of signs and arrows that were like, this way to the egress. And yeah, people thought it was a bird. Or something like that, so they would go up, go over to look at it. They just go out the exit. And he'd be like, you want back in? $5. That's the story of P.T. Barnum. Honestly, the fact that it might not even be true is even more the story of P.T. Barnum. Anyway, we got our orbs. We got our note. Keep very closely falling off. Jump forward and click the left stick to kick. Yeah? That might be an actual quote too. I feel like it probably is. Oh. Stuff is deteriorating. Like anywhere that I ran. Where are you? That's not an answer. Don't change the subject. Uncontacted people group, no one can talk to them. We're getting off topic, but I'll think about it. What does that have to do with any of this? I'm in a surreal, impossible landscape. Can we focus on that bit? I guess we can't. Because the demo's over. Yes, this game is on itch.io and Steam. I pulled the demo from Steam. I actually don't remember if the demo was on itch.io as well. I think it was. Not gonna go for the challenge levels. Like that Tropin movie, yeah. The sun is literally about to explode. Could you not go on about Brazil? We can argue about Brazil when there is still one. Yeah, the writing and the storytelling on this might end up being a little silly. I don't know. But this is a parkour game, so how's the movement? And the movement is pretty good. A little slow, though. I didn't have quite the sense of momentum and flow that that Mirror's Edge had. But I feel like that kind of fits what the design is trying to do. It's not trying to be high action. It's trying to be a little more precise and a little more tonal, a little more atmospheric. So I think that kind of serves that. Serves that design direction. It being a voxel, like a blocky world, I feel like that's working into the story and into like the idea and the set piece and whatnot. So that's fine. Even like the fact that the world is blocky but the character isn't, that totally makes sense. Also makes like the platforming and the parkour elements feel clearer. Like ledges are very well defined. Stuff like that. I'm a little surprised. I was a little surprised here and there about how much jump distance I got relative to my speed. Again, because of how fast the game feels and doesn't feel. So I was like a little doubtful that I would make stuff, and then I made it easily. And I wish the stuff that was on like left trigger or left click on the analog stick, put that on a face button, maybe? Like there's a lot of face buttons not used. Just let me use one of those. Because the stick click is not always as reliable. It was fine for me, but I know it can be less reliable on some controllers, and just as they age, as you use them more, that can get worse. Whereas face buttons, I feel like is less likely to happen. I didn't check if the controls were remappable. If they are, ignore me. Also, it is a little weird that the game really strongly encouraged you to use a controller for a first-person game. But it felt alright for being a first-person controller game. That worked right. So, okay. I'll give you that.